Hey guys, welcome back to Words of War. My name is Jorge Guerra.
And I'm Sergio Guerra.
And today we're going to be reviewing The World's End with Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. Edgar Wright directed it. So if you've seen Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz before, it's definitely up that alley. This movie's about childhood friends that when they were like the cool guys, and they were it when they were in high school. They were graduating high school, and they on their last day of high school, they decided to go ahead and do a pub crawl, which is 12 pubs, and make it all the way to the last one, which is The World's End. They didn't make it all the way through the first time, and so right now Simon Pegg's character was actually trying to get them all together to go through it one more time. So and then of course they go back to their hometown, and they find that things are strange, and it just goes on from there. But all in all, like, this movie for me, it was it was awesome. It was kind of like if you've seen the other two movies, and even Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, it felt to me like it was kind of like a study on things that I've learned making these movies, because it was really cool setup. You have those really fast cuts that Edgar Wright does a lot. There were some cool fight scenes in it, like the action sequences were totally done really well. Like the humor is that kind of humor that's in this other two films as well. But this movie was, it was one of those comedies it's a story with just funny moments in it, as opposed to just trying to be a comedy all the way through. I thought the beginning was a little slow for me, but I think it was meant to be that way. And then once it starts going, it just keeps going. So I thought it was really good. I mean, what did you think?
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed the movie. I thought definitely that the opening couple of scenes or whatever were they were important to the story, but they were really like slow as far as what you expect from like one of these movies, because it didn't have as much comedy in it as some of the other ones.
Yeah.
Like, I thought Hot Fuzz, maybe not so much Shaun of the Dead, but Hot Fuzz for sure had a lot of more comedic moments in it.
Yeah.
And so when you're setting up the story, that helps to kind of break the lull and kind of get you a little bit more into the story and into the characters. And it just seemed like in this one it took a while to get there.
Yeah.
But I mean, aside from that, just taking it as his own film at The World's End, the characters weren't necessarily I didn't think were very strong. Like character work. Not that there was any bad acting per se. It's just you got these 5 characters. You got the whole movie to kind of go through. And again, I'm not trying to just compare to his Edgar Wright's his other two movies, Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz, that were a little bit like this. But there is you do miss the fact that in Shaun of the Dead and in Hot Fuzz, you got to know characters, not just the main characters. You got to know other characters, and you kind of got to know them well. And here, it seems kind of like they tried, and it just didn't seem to ever really hit. Like, they just were placemat characters for me, at least. And so through a lot of the movie, you don't end up caring for them as much, and because you don't care for them as much, then I think it loses a little bit of impact. Again, I didn't think it was as funny. I still liked it. If you go in there just looking for a film, a movie that you're gonna enjoy or whatever, you can watch this. But I feel like I could have missed it, and I wouldn't have been sad about it.
See, I liked it a lot. I think I agree. Maybe the other characters weren't as strong, but I think in the end run, it's really more. I always think it's about Nick Frost and Simon Pegg. It's like their friendship, or like even with these characters, in Shaun of the Dead and in Hot Fuzz, that's the main theme. And I think in this one it was kind of that same sequence. Even when they're describing the other characters in the very beginning, like, you get that sense of, like, to where they're just they're just kind of they're there, and even says kind of sort of like that the main dude is Nick Frost.
Yeah, but here's the difference for me. In those other two movies, again, I'm not trying to just compare this to those two movies, okay? But you have to draw the parallels because it's the same director, same two characters, two actors. In those two movies, I think that worked because they were actual friends.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not gonna ruin anybody's story here, but they're not very for the most part of the movie, they kind of don't like each other. So you miss that camaraderie in the other two movies. Yeah, those other characters were a little bit more in the background. It didn't matter if you knew them as well because you had this really great duet. And here, you kind of don't ever get that. I mean, probably towards the end, and it's about it. And again in the other two movies, there's a little subplot usually. Something that's trying to maybe be a commentary to the normal world and all that. And if you've seen the commercials here, again, I'm not doing any kind of major spoilers, but in Hot Fuzz, in Shaun of the Dead, it was them at a pub, against zombies, like a town full of zombies. In Hot Fuzz, it was Simon Pegg, in a small town full of cult members or something like that, again, brainwashed individuals. And then this one, robots, so it's kind of like the same story again, it's got its good peaks. Like I said, I enjoyed the movie just because I like to see these guys on screen and all that. But I can't say that there was anything new in this. I can't say there was anything that would make me go, man, you'll have to watch this movie. Like tomorrow, if somebody asks me about this movie, I'll be like, yeah, it's all right. But I'm not gonna be begging them to go watch it.
Well, for me, I really liked it. I mean, it's definitely right up there with the other movies. I honestly really liked pretty much everything they did, except the only part for me that was kind of a little messy was maybe the beginning. But everything else I thought was good. And
what would you rate it?
I would go with a. I'm definitely gonna pick it up, so I'd go at least. I'd go definitely at 9.
All right, I would give this movie a 7. Right at 7, because it's not bad, but it's also you're not going to be missing much. If you're a fan of Simon Pegg, if you're a fan of Edgar Wright, if you like their stuff, you're going to end up watching it anyways, and you might want to add it to your collection.
Yeah.
That's cool. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but it didn't call out to me very much, and I don't necessarily think. Yeah, I don't necessarily think that everyone has to watch it.
Yeah, I think it's definitely gonna be one of those films that if you like it, you're gonna love it. You know what I mean? And if and then you could just maybe with your opinion same way, like you're gonna like it, you're gonna see it and you're gonna be like, oh, that wasn't bad. But I think if you like these guys and again, like I said, if it's your kind of thing, you're either gonna love it or you just think it's okay. I loved it. So, but anyways, once again, if you think different or if you want to give us your thoughts on what y'all thought about this movie, comments down below. Thanks again so much for watching. Like, subscribe, all that stuff, and thank you again. But Jorge Guerra,
Sergio Guerra,
and y'all have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.